Alrighty, thank you everybody for tuning in to the 12th iteration of the Konoha Companion. This is Joshua, and I'm your Konoha Companion. And on this episode, we're going to be covering Season 1, Episode 12 of Naruto, entitled Battle on the Bridge, ZABUZA Returns. And to give you a quick rundown of where we're at, previously on the last episode, Sakura got to hang out with Tazuna while the boys trained because she excelled at chakra control training. And Naruto and Sasuke continue to do their chakra control training in the background, right? I love the element of constant competition. Sasuke and Naruto eating rice after training, and Ino and Sakura racing to see who walks into class first, right? These kids are always competing. I think that's really neat. Kaiza was introduced, the man who winds up becoming Inari's father figure. He saves Inari from drowning after being shoved in the ocean by bullies. He winds up saving an entire district by swimming out into floodwaters to tie off a broken floodgate and thereby teaching the village the meaning of courage. He was a real goon, principled, honest, acted on his principles even whenever it was hard, a real one. Respect on that man's sleeve stack. He then ultimately gets taken out by Gato and his thugs for standing up to them and protecting the village. Gato has the Land of Laves living like shit and killed our man Kaiza. Just can't stand Gato at this point, right? I can't believe that they let Inari watch Kaiza's execution. That's insane to me. Tazuna explains that the bridge is a symbol of hope and courage that'll break the nation away from Gato's control. And Naruto is hell-bent on proving that heroes are real to Inari, right? And that's kind of a quick rundown of what happened last episode. It's where it all left off. And this episode starts at Zabuza's hideout. Haku is quietly looking out the window and lets his hair down. And the next scene is a girl plucking herbs out in the forest. And while this character is squatted down, a bird lands on her shoulder. She chuckles, and the bird chirps, and the bird flies away. And she looks in the direction of where the bird flew off and gasps. And it's revealed that Naruto is laying on the ground and he's covered in these birds. And she sees Naruto's ninja headband and gasps again. And it flashes us to the scene of Naruto yelling at Haku, "Who do you think you are?" And she then stands up and walks towards Naruto, and the beat builds suspensefully as she approaches. She reaches down, and the birds fly away, and the title screen comes in, and Naruto reads, "Battle on the Bridge, ZABUZA Returns." The next scene is Tazuna's house. Sakura is just waking up and is yawning and rubbing her eyes and says, "Good morning, everyone." And everyone is sitting around the table for breakfast that Tsunami is serving, except for Naruto. I guess he's still out in the woods. And Kakashiously is kind of nervously fidgeting with the metal piece of his glove. And Tazuna remarks, "Naruto's not here. Looks like he was out all night again." Right, and so they're showing obviously he's been out training overnight, repetitiously at this point. Sakura responds, "He's going completely crazy. He's out climbing trees in the dark. He could be dead by now, from using up too much of his chakra." This is again hammering down on the seriousness of the overuse of chakra. It had Kakashi on crutches, and it could very well kill Naruto. Tsunami chimes in as she brings food to the table. "Well, I certainly hope he's okay." And then continues with clear concern, "A child spending all night in the woods alone?" And Kakashi responds, "There's nothing to worry about. Naruto's a goofy kid, but he's also a full-fledged ninja. He can handle himself." And I love this confidence that Kakashi has in Naruto. Sasuke then chimes in, Sakura's right. Naruto's such a loser, he's probably lying out there dead somewhere. And this is funny because Naruto's totally assed out in the woods somewhere right now. Sasuke then stands up from the table and walks away, and Sakura questions Sasuke, and he responds that he's going for a walk. And Sakura tries to convince him to stay by pleading that they had just started eating, and as she's doing this, the door slams. And Sakura looks down at Sasuke's plate, and it's totally empty. And she sees this and thinks to herself, that was fast. And it shows us Inari sitting at the table, not having touched his food, obviously indifferent to everything around him with no appetite. Next, we are back out with Naruto and the girl in the woods, and the girl is knelt down next to Naruto, and she reaches down and it looks like she's about to choke Naruto, but then she shakes Naruto and tells him, you'll catch a cold if you sleep here, wake up. Naruto comes to and groans, and he sits up and asks, who the heck are you? And the girl smiles at him and blushes, and Naruto then also blushes and mutters, hi there. Where did you come from? What are you doing out here and all that? And there's kind of like a sweet piano track playing in the background. And the girl responds, gathering herbs. And Naruto questions, herbs? And the girl confirms, yes, that's right. They're for treating illnesses and human wounds. Naruto bends down and snags one of the herbs that she's been picking and offers, you start work early, huh, sis? And she responds, I like it early. It's calm. But I didn't think I'd find anyone sleeping out here in the woods. Naruto chuckles and goes, I'm training. The girl curiously goes, Are you a ninja? Because I noticed the headband you're wearing. Or are you just making a fashion statement? Naruto blushes real big and goes, you noticed that? All right. Only super cool ninja can wear these. And she responds, oh, I see. That's very impressive. But does that mean you're training for something dangerous? And Naruto triumphantly offers, I'm just developing my skills so I can get stronger. And the girl says, you seem very strong now. Isn't that enough? And Naruto responds, no, I need to get stronger and stronger. I have to keep practicing. And the girl questions, oh, so why is it so important? And Naruto responds, so I can become the best ninja in my village. And everyone will know who I am, and they'll all respect me. There's also a certain person, a kid, that I have to prove something to. And the girl asks, so are you doing it for this certain person, or are you doing all this training for yourself? And Naruto is straight up perplexed by this series of questions and just kind of responds, huh? And the girl gets a little laugh out of this. And Naruto demands to know what she's laughing about and to know what's so funny. And she chuckles again and asks, is there someone who's precious to you? And Naruto replies, someone who, what are you saying, sis? What do you mean precious? And the girl thinks to formulate her answer, and she has a flashback of when she was much younger. And she's homeless in a village where it's snowing, and she's having to dig through trash and fight off a feral dog for her meal. And she starts eating and hears whimpering and turns around, and it's revealed that the dog she just beat up has puppies, and she has this moment of introspection while looking at the dogs. And it then takes us to her sitting out alone on a bridge, and you can hear footsteps approaching, and she looks up, and it's Zabuza. And it shows the shadow that Zabuza is casting on her is that of a demon's face, right? Like he casts the shadow of a demon. Maybe that's why they call him the Demon of the Mist. And at this point, it's wild to think that this chick is somehow clicked up with Zabuza, and that our man's Naruto is out there with this person who's clicked up with Zabuza, unbeknownst to him, right? He needs to get the hell out of there ASAP. We're brought back to Naruto and her sitting on the forest floor, and Naruto thinks to himself, I wonder what she's thinking. She then lifts her head up and says, you see, when a person has something precious that they want to protect, they become genuinely strong. Naruto hears this and flashes back to Kaiza telling Inari, this is our village, so we've got to do everything we can to help. He then flashes to Kakashi telling him and the rest of the squad during the previous Zabuza fight, I'll protect you with my life, all of you. And he then flashes to him telling Mizuki, if you ever lay a hand on my sensei, I'll kill you. And when we flash back to the conversation, Naruto goes, yeah, I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying. And this makes the girl smile real big. And she grabs her basket and she stands up and says, you will get strong. Very strong. Naruto chuckles and smiles. And as she walks away, she says, we'll meet again sometime. Oh, by the way, I'm a boy. And Naruto has an immediate meltdown and thinks to himself, God, he's prettier than Sakura. It then takes us to Sasuke, who's walking in the woods alone. Sasuke and the boy cross paths on the trail, and Sasuke looks back at him. And the angle changes, revealing Naruto sitting on the ground, who yells for Sasuke, oh, I've seen a lot of weird things in my life before, but this one takes the cake. And Sasuke then punches him on top of the head and calls him a twerp. I love this. They're always beating each other up and being rough, rambunctious boys with one another. Naruto yells out, what did you do that for? Cut it out. And Sasuke asks him if he forgot about breakfast and calls him a loser. Naruto just laughs this whole thing off, and Sasuke can only groan in frustration. Next, Sakura and Kakashi are walking in the woods, and Sakura's yelling for Naruto. And she then turns and says to Kakashi, knowing Naruto, he could be anywhere, and Sasuke hasn't come back either, I wonder where they are. And suddenly a kunai comes flying in from out of nowhere and lands at their feet. And they look in the direction of where the kunai came from, and it's Naruto all the way up in a tree branch, laying on it, smiling in ecstasy. And Sakura remarks, whoa, Naruto can climb that high now using his chakra? That's great. And Kakashi even lets out a satisfied-seeming little, Naruto asks excitedly, high enough for you guys? I mean, it's a long way down, huh? Naruto then hops up on the branch triumphantly and slips and falls out of the tree. And everybody panics. And it turns out that Naruto was actually just playing a prank and was stuck to the tree the whole time. And he just let himself hang Dracula style under the branch like Kakashi did during the original demonstration. He laughs and exclaims, haha, just kidding. You guys really fell for it, and then laughs even harder. And Sakura yells, we were worried about you, Naruto. And inside she's just screaming, I'm gonna strangle you, Cha, you dork. And Kakashi thinks, why do I think this is gonna end badly? And as Naruto continues laughing, his grip gives and actually starts to fall. Kakashi and Sakura both sincerely panic, and Sakura yells, you just had to push it, didn't you, show off? And in this moment, Sasuke goes running up the parallel tree and leaps across and catches Naruto. He catches him by the foot, and Sasuke himself is dangling upside down from the branch that Naruto had fell from. And Sasuke says to Naruto as he's dangling, you really are a total loser. And Sakura exclaims cheerleader style, "All right, Sasuke, you're the best." And Kakashi thinks to himself, if I'm still sane by the time I finish their training, it'll be a miracle. And it's funny because Kakashi is always so like chill and mellow about everything, and these kids are always getting into dumbass shit. Like Naruto can't even show Kakashi the progress that he's made without causing these fools' hearts to drop. It then takes us back to Tasuna's house, and Inari is in his room looking out over the water, and he's holding the framed picture of his father, Kaiza, and says aloud, "Naruto, Naruto Uzumaki, huh?" And then takes us back to Zabuza's hideout, where Zabuza is sitting in his king chair and he smashes an apple in his hand. And Haku remarks, "You're recovering quickly." And Zabuza drops the crushed apple and groans and says, "Just a little longer, Haku." And Haku agrees. And at this point it shows Haku's face again, and you should be able to piece together at this point that it's clear that the boy from the woods is Haku. And this is dope because clearly Zabuza is like gearing up, getting ready to go. And this is also like where you should really, this is like kind of the moment where I'd expect you to piece together that Haku is the boy from the woods. The scene then migrates to Naruto and Sasuke, who are both panting but are literally at the very tops of the two highest trees in front of a full moon. And Sasuke says to Naruto, "Let's go back." And Naruto agrees. And this is dope. Sasuke and Naruto have effectively conquered this bit of training like goons. And the scene migrates to Tasuna's house again, and Tsunami is serving dinner to everybody. Sakura remarks on how Naruto and Sasuke are both late now, and that she wouldn't expect that out of Sasuke. Sasuke is usually pretty punctual. In this moment, the door opens and the boys come limping in, leaning on each other, obviously exhausted having worked so hard. And Tazuna asks them, "What have you been up to? You look like something that the cat dragged in." And Naruto looks up and laughs and says with an emphatic guitar solo, "We made it. We climbed all the way to the top." And Kakashi says, "Good. Now we move on. Starting tomorrow, you're both bodyguards for Tazuna." And Naruto laughs and exclaims, "All right," and goes to jump but's too exhausted and knocks him and Sasuke over. And Sasuke remarks, "Oh, you're such a loser." And the entire party shares a big laugh. Next, it shows the dinner table full of empty plates, and Tsunami is clearing the table, which, shout out Tsunami, man. She's just housewifing it up, holding it down to the best of her ability. She, literally nothing but good vibes out of her the whole time, and she's literally the person who's making this place comfortable for these people to have these queued up bits of conversation and exposition in the TV show. So go her, playing her little role. And at this point, Tazuna offers, in a few more days, the bridge will be finished, and I have you to thank for that. He then remarks, at that point, Tsunami remarks that you've all done a great job, but you've still got to be careful. And Tazuna then asks the team why they decided to stay and protect him even after they found out that he lied to bring them there. And Kakashi offers a quote, "Those who stray from the path of justice have no courage, but under the wing of a strong leader, cowardice cannot survive." And Tsunami asks, "Huh?" And Kakashi responds, "That's a quote from the first Hokage." Right, so this is one of the first quotes we've ever gotten from the first Hokage. It's pretty dope. And this obviously strikes a chord with Inari, and he looks over at Naruto, who has his head laid down on the table. And Inari has a flashback of Kaiza swimming to fix the broken floodgate. And he then flashes back to when he witnessed Kaiza's execution. He then flashes to when Kaiza saved him from drowning and told him, if you care about something, you protect it with both arms. And it gives us a close-up of Inari's face, and you can see he's tearing up. and you hear Kaisa's voice say, "Inari, don't cry." It then flashes us to the framed picture of Kaisa that Inari has in his bedroom, and it reveals for the first time that the picture that he has in the frame that he's been looking at is the torn out part of the family portrait from the dining room. And Inari, crying, questions aloud, "But why?" And this catches Naruto's attention, who picks his head up off the table and asks Inari, "What did you say?" And Inari then slams his hands down on the table and demands, "All this stupid training is just a waste of time. Gato's got a whole army. They'll beat you down and they'll destroy you. These cool things you all say, they don't mean anything. No matter what you do, the strong always win and the weak always lose." And everyone around the table is effectively speechless except for Naruto, who tells Inari, "Just speak for yourself. It won't be like that for me, you got that?" And then Naruto then lays his head back down. And Inari yells, "Why don't you just be quiet? Just looking at you makes me sick. You don't know anything about this country. You're just butting in, always laughing and playing around. You don't know what it's like to suffer and be treated like dirt." And Naruto glares up and says, "Listen to yourself whining and complaining like some sorry little victim. You can whimper all day for all I care. You're nothing but a coward." And this obviously shocks Inari, and Sakura tells Naruto he took it too far. But Naruto just grunts angrily and leaves the table. And Inari is left sobbing, and the rest of the table is just speechless. The next scene is Inari sitting on the pier under the moonlight looking out over the water. And Kakashi approaches him and asks if he can talk to him. And next we see Kakashi sitting with Inari, and he offers to Inari, "Naruto can be a little harsh sometimes, but he doesn't hate you. Your grandfather told us what happened to your father. You probably don't know this, but Naruto also grew up without a father. In fact, he never knew either of his parents, and he didn't have a single friend in our village." And Inari looks up at Kakashi, obviously moved by hearing this, and Kakashi continues, "Still, I've never seen him cry, sulk, or give up. He's always eager to jump in. He wants to be respected. That's his dream, and he'll put his life on the line for that in a heartbeat. My guess is he just got tired of crying and decided to do something about it." Inari remarks, "Oh," and looks at his reflection in the water and has a quick flashback to the framed picture of his father in his bedroom. And Kakashi then continues, "Even though he's young and still learning, he knows what it means to be strong, like your father did. I think he knows better than any of us what you're going through. What Naruto told you earlier, as cruel as it sounds, he's probably told himself that 1,000 times." Kakashi smiles, and this obviously all weighs heavy on Inari's heart. And full stop, I love that Kakashi was able to provide us, through this conversation with Inari, a little perspective that he has on Naruto, right? Kakashi's fully aware that Naruto has had a rough comeuppance, that he has no parents, and that he has no friends, and that he still perseveres and has the demeanor that he has. And that's something that it was noteworthy in Kakashi's mind, and he was able to use that to demonstrate that you can still go through the type of things that you're going through and still maintain a positive demeanor to Inari, right? And I love that Kakashi was able to help Inari empathize with Naruto and understand that Naruto isn't just being a bully or being mean, that this is kind of a path that Naruto's already walked, and he's providing a really seasoned, probably the most seasoned perspective on how Inari's acting out of anybody in the room. At this point, the night transitions to the day, and you see Naruto sleeping and snoring away. And Kakashi can be heard in the background saying, "Okay, I leave Naruto in your hands. He pushed his body to the limit, overdoing it as usual, so he may not be able to move at all today." And Tsunami asks Kakashi, "What about yourself? You're still recovering too." And Kakashi asks, "Why? Do I look wobbly? I'll be okay." And Tazuna tells the team, "All right, let's go." And they all head out, leaving Tsunami at home with Naruto and Inari, and it then shows us Gato, who is in his, an office, on the phone, and the arm that Haku had grabbed is actually in a sling. So this is dope, because Gato deserves every bit of that. And he says to the phone, "Still wasting time licking your wounds? I hired you to do a job, you know." And it then shows us Zabuza and Haku on the other end of the line, and the phone is just sitting on the floor. And Gato continues, "Are you listening, Zabuza? Hey." And Zabuza stomps and destroys the phone. And Zabuza then asks Haku if he's ready. And Haku confirms with a simple yes. And it reveals that they're on a boat underneath the bridge. And, ooh, shit, these guys are here. They're here, bro. Let's see, let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. And right in this moment, Naruto wakes up and immediately exclaims, "Why didn't someone wake me up?" Right? He woke up. He knows he slept too long. He knows he's supposed to be doing ninja shit right now. He then rushes into the kitchen where Tsunami's washing dishes, and he frantically asks, "Where is everybody? Where did they all go?" She turns around and responds, "Oh, Naruto, your sensei wanted to let you rest. You got the day off." And Naruto literally runs out of his clothes and changes with the quickness while remarking, "I knew it, they ditched me." He yells, "See you later," to Tsunami as he runs out the door. And it shows us Inari, who is sitting in his room with his picture of his father. And it then shows us Naruto, who is leaping from branch to branch through the trees in order to catch up with the rest of the team. And he grunts frustratedly and exclaims, "They could have woken me up." And in this moment, through the corner of his eye, he notices on the ground a hog that has been all slashed up. In this moment, it takes us back to the bridge, and Tazuna yells, "Hold on, what the heck is this?" And it reveals that all of Tazuna's workers are cast about on the ground, having obviously gotten their asses beaten. And Kakashi thinks to himself, could it be? And it takes us back to Tazuna's house. And you hear Tsunami yelling, "Inari, will you give me a hand here?" And Inari responds, "He'll be right there." And in this moment, Gato's top two thugs show up outside of the house. The one with the gray hair with the beanie that executed Kaiza, and the one with the eye patch, no shirt, and tattoos, the guys who Haku had disarmed at one point. And they begin to unsheathe their swords, and the scene transitions back to the bridge where a thick fog is rolling in. Kakashi realizes that this is the same mist as before when they caught Zabuza, and he yells for Sakura and Sasuke to get ready. And they take defensive stances and draw their kunai, and Kakashi says aloud, "I knew he was alive. He just couldn't wait for round 2. And Sakura remarks, "Kakashi-sensei, this is Zabuza, isn't it? This is his hidden mist jutsu." And Sasuke can hear his own heartbeat at this point. And suddenly we hear Zabuza's voice say, "Sorry I kept you waiting, Kakashi. I see you've still got those brats with you. That one's trembling, pitiful," remarking on Sasuke. And Sasuke gasps, and suddenly they are surrounded by several Zabuza clones. And Sasuke smiles, and this makes the Zabuza in front of him kind of stop in confusion. And Sasuke says, I'm trembling with excitement. And Kakashi tells Sasuke, go on. And Zabuza swings his big sword at Sasuke, who leaps and slashes all of the Zabuza clones, who immediately dissolve into puddles. And Sasuke thinks, I can see it. And Zabuza's voice can be heard saying, oh, so you could see they were water clones, huh? The brat's improving. And at this point, Zabuza and Haku appear on the bridge, and Zabuza remarks, looks like you've got a rival, Haku, who responds, so it seems. The standoff intensifies, and the episode ends. And that was a fun episode. Not as much would have happened as, there's been a lot of dialogue in other episodes, and there's been a lot of action in other episodes, and really there wasn't a whole lot of useful dialogue or a whole lot of intense action in this episode, right? But there's a lot of setting stuff up going on, right? Holy shit, there's finna be a lit fight between Zabuza and the team, and Haku's actually there from the start this time, so this is like the cards are on the table this time. I wonder how the team is going to do without Naruto. I'm also curious how dramatic and heroic Naruto's entrance is going to be. I wonder what was going on with the slashed up pig that Naruto saw out of the corner of his eye while he was headed to the bridge. I wonder what's going to happen with the thugs outside of Tazina's house. I wonder what's going to happen with Inari. It seems like he's going through a period of internal conflict and is thereby being presented with an opportunity for potential growth here. We're going to see how it all pans out with Inari. I think Naruto is pretty committed to seeing him through, so hopefully it pans out well. I love that Naruto and Sasuke got to the top of the trees, right? They absolutely demolished that bit of training. I love that Naruto is a goon who wouldn't stop, and Sasuke had to go out there just to keep up. I also love that Sasuke, towards the end, went out there and left breakfast early and got to dinner late so that he could be with Naruto improving. Usually he's very punctual, but with this he just couldn't have Naruto passing him up, and that's where his priority was. And it's wild that the boy from the woods turned out to be Haku. I wonder why he didn't just attack him. I mean, I guess because he didn't know where the other guys were, right? If he'd attacked Naruto and then Sasuke pulled up, right, that probably would have been the end of Haku. And, with that, we can put a bow on it, right? I feel like I've pretty well covered everything that went down. Obviously, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments, right? We can talk about it. Participate in the comments, like and share the memes, be friendly, right? The whole point is for us to all be friends. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in again. I'm Joshua, your Konoha companion, and I'm really looking forward to covering the next episode with you. Thank you so much.